Welcome to Fanboy and the Snob. I'm Chad. That's Chris, and today we watch 2010's found footage movie Troll Hunter.
Starring a bunch of Norwegian people. We're not going to try and pronounce their names because, unfortunately,
Otto Jesper,
yeah, I don't know why you would do an accent. Thomas Alf Larson, Johanna Mjork,
York,
Newt.
Roberts,
No. How do you pronounce upside down E, right side up E?
Fuck, if I know.
I know.
I have no idea.
Now, this movie came out the 29th of October in 2010. It's almost 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And it's found footage, like Chad said. It's like Blair Witch, but with trolls.
Better movie.
I don't know. The first Blair Witch is really fucking good.
When was the last time you saw it?
Last year.
Yeah.
No, I watched them both back to back. And
Really?
and the first one I was really into, like really into it. It hooks you. Then the second one was bullshit. There's one good scene in the second one when they kick the people out and then they come back and they're like, what day is it? How long have I been gone? But they've only been gone for 5 minutes. I like shit like that.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't have any of that. It's just a straight up monster movie, but in the coolest way possible.
Yeah, it's about, what are they, high school or college, you think?
They're college film students.
Trying to find out what's happening
They
to the
decided
bears.
to make a documentary about a bear poacher.
Yeah.
It turns out he's not a fucking bear poacher. He's a fucking troll hunter.
It's a fucking hero, goddammit.
He's Norway's only superhero, I think is what they call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no hero.
Yeah. He does the I'm no hero speech. And then he even has the fucking Vietnam flashback about going into their territory and killing all the yeah, so he's a badass.
Imagine watching that movie. Basically, the flashback is him going into a town trying to kill.
Not a town.
Well, there was.
He goes into their territory and he kills all the trolls, men, women, and children. Some barely able to walk. So he's walking up to a little baby troll with this flashlight cannon.
Oh, I thought he was saying that he was battling them, and men, women, and children were dying as he was battling.
No, because that would have made the fucking news.
Yeah. Well, not if the government conspiracy. Bro.
Yeah, but I mean, if one Jotun was enough to make the prime minister of Norway admit, imagine if one wandered into a town. There's no way you could cover that up.
That's fucking brutal. Imagine having to go into town of trolls and killing all of them.
Yeah. Well, our main character did. Well, not our. Is he the main? He's the main character.
Yeah.
Like the film crew's the film crew, but he's the main character. I like how he does the very Clint Eastwood thing and just wanders off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right.
Yeah, I think he knew he was gonna.
Yeah, this was it. This was his last mission. That's why he let them in on it.
Yeah.
Feel bad for the veterinarian. They had a thing.
It's gonna be heartbroken. And the fucking one of the cameramen because they get trapped in a cave.
Keely.
Yeah, they get trapped in a cave, and the thing is, you can't believe in God, or they
smell your blood. If you talk about God, think about God. If you do anything Christian, they figure it out.
So the whole time they're trying to be like, who's religious? He's yelling at them back and forth.
Because the first time you see a troll, it's sniffing around, and they're in the dark, and they're like, shh, but then it looks right at them, sniffs, and knows where they are. So,
and it bites one of them.
That was that was the same troll encounter. That was the first troll encounter with the three-headed. What was it called? Ringlefilch.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
three-headed. That was cool. It only has 2 sets of eyes, 3 heads.
Yep. Yeah, only the main head has eyes because the other heads are used to scare off other trolls and attract potential mates. This movie goes really hard into the science of trolls in the most organic, believable. We're now this movie established my lore for trolls. This is I
like however old they are, the light affects them differently too. Like if you're young, your blood vessels and everything are thicker, so it just. I thought he was fucked. I thought he died there.
Yeah, dude.
Because he chased a troll, bridge troll.
Yeah, he had to get a blood sample of a tosser lad.
What the fuck? Let's talk about. So they're on the bridge and the troll comes up and he's trying to sneak around because he's in armor and everything. They have to rub troll stench on him so they can't smell him. And all of a sudden the troll turns around, just goes.
Wham!
It looked pretty good.
And then it picks him up and chews on his head and then throws him back down.
Yeah.
And he's just in a heap. And the sound, dude. This and Krampus, sound design.
Yeah.
Right? fucking
crunching
awesome.
of the helmet and stuff.
The branches snapping and the leaves.
I was glad when he threw him down the armor. It wasn't like super ragdolly.
Yeah, no, it looked like a hard
one,
like just crack. And then he gets up and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go. Be careful with the red button." And then you see what the red button's for. Oh fuck! Boom! And then it just oh, it's so cool. This movie does what found footage is supposed to do. Like
there's a purpose of the camera.
The movie had a 19 million, well, oh no, only a $3 million budget in American money, which is a ridiculous amount of money. But what I'm saying is like found footage is there if you can't do special effects.
It's not bad considering the CGI wasn't awful.
The CGI, I think, is the majority of the budget.
The lighting.
For a fucking movie that's over 10 years old, that CGI was awesome.
Yeah, it did a great job adapting the lighting to it.
That's what I'm saying. They did the found footage perfectly, where like you only see the monster for a couple seconds, not long enough to notice the imperfections, but long enough to notice the details.
And when you saw it for a long while, it was far back. There was snow blowing
everywhere. and he's moving. And I like when the fucking Jotun put his hands on his knees. It sounded like thunder because he's so fucking big. The little details, you know?
Yeah, this was a fun movie.
Like when the Ringelfilch, the first one they see, and he's like, and he points to it, and you pan over, and it starts going up what looks like tree, but it's his legs, and he looked like trees. So cool.
Yeah, I love those trolls where they have like moss and stuff growing on them and everything.
I like the Dover lads. Yeah, the ones in the cave. Those guys are my favorite.
Big dick noses.
Yeah, well, they all have big noses. That's the thing about trolls. But I like the fucking short, like pear-shaped furry ones.
Yeah.
That were hanging out in the cave.
The rabid ones.
Well, no.
Well, they all had rabies.
I thought only the Ringelfilch had rabies, the one under the bridge, and the big Jotun. Those guys, there was like 7 of them.
I thought the reason why they escaped the thing was
they were running away from the Jotun who had rabies.
Oh, all right.
And the tosser lad that attacked him on the bridge was missing an arm because he got in a fight with the Jotun or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the Ringelfilch with rabies also fought them. But the Dover Doverkind or something, the reason all those trees were knocked over is because they were running away from him. They were like, all 7 of them were like, fuck this, and ran away.
Imagine running into one of those.
Just like that random dude at the end of the movie.
What's he, a seismologist?
Something like that, yeah.
He's like, it's weird tornadoes and stuff happening.
Yeah, the weather's weird. I like how
it's a troll.
I like the power lines guys where they're like, yeah, it is weird that it's in a circle and the power goes nowhere. And then they just don't question it. They're just like, whatever.
It's a nature preserve or something like that.
Yeah, that's like us at Days where it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Fucking, I put lettuce out. I don't know, man. I don't put any thought beyond what I'm doing.
It's following orders. Sir.
Basically, yeah, that's the power line guys. I don't know, man. I'm here to just observe the power lines.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know how I'd react in that.
I'd fucking freak out.
Like if you were in the cave, would you have reacted like the cameraman?
I wouldn't have reacted like the cameraman. I would have as soon as I got out of the cave, I would have been like, God's fucking real. I'm gonna become a priest, I guess. That's the only way I can fight these things. Oh, that's the sequel. You go back in time, right? And you have a similar thing, but it's missionaries trying to convert the Vikings, right? And the Vikings are like, dude, there's fucking trolls out here. And there's troll hunters, right? So the troll hunters go out to hunt trolls with this Christian priest, and he sees the trolls, and he sees that the trolls don't like him because he's Christian, and he goes, you know what? It would not be Christian for me to kill these things. So then he suits up with like fucking battle priest armor and starts fighting the trolls.
He has staff and he has magic.
I was thinking like a Warhammer war priest. Like he's got a big hammer and he starts like saying like, in the name of the Father, and the hammer glows with like UV radiation. So when he hits the troll, it bursts into stone.
During the movie, I was thinking of a sweet sword, like the hilt and everything has like UV rays blowing out of it, so you catch him, and you just slice him.
What about the No More Heroes kind of like extent? That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So the way you fight trolls is with UV radiation. So our hero has like
Hans.
He has like a stage lighting, right? With a UV bulb in it, and he holds it like a spear. And when the troll comes at him, he's like, "Gah!" And it looks super sick.
Yeah. The fucking his Land Rover.
Yeah.
That was cool how the troll goes and swat, like
the way they shot it
And then you see him in the background, like, oh,
yeah, like
his hands all fucked up
because he covered his car in spikes just in case that would happen.
For a fact, I normally don't like found footage movies at all. Like,
agreed.
Blair Witch Quarantine was a good one.
I didn't see Quarantine.
That was actually not bad.
Blair Witch and
Cloverfield was pretty good.
Okay, I was actually thinking about that watching this. I was like, which would you, out of those three, which one would you rewatch right now? Like right now. I know you just watched, or how about next week? Which one would you rewatch? Would you rewatch Troll Hunter next week, Blair Witch, or Cloverfield?
I've really wanted to rewatch Cloverfield for a while, so it's not a good answer.
It's not that good though.
I haven't seen it in a while.
I've watched it a lot because it was the first found footage movie I saw. My parents wouldn't let me watch Blair Witch Project because I was a Boy Scout and I'd go camping all the time, and they're like, "We don't need that in your fucking head." Because think about it, it's the worst camping trip ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would rewatch Troll Hunter. I've seen this movie like 20 or 30 times. I love this movie.
Chronicle was okay.
No.
Remember that one where they had the superpowers and stuff?
Wasn't that shot by
Max Landis wrote it?
Yeah, Landis wrote it and Gunn made it.
No. It was the guy who made Fantastic Four stick. Like the bad Fantastic Four that just came out.
Oh, with the black guy as Human Torch.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan was in both movies. I like Michael B. Jordan. He just seems to make better movies. He's the best part of Black Panther.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
Creed 1 was awesome.
I thought the cool PS2 tech demo at the end of the movie was awesome.
It was awful.
Anyway,
the CGI in this movie
was so much better than the. Let's see Black Panther's budget.
I think it was 350 million.
All right, Black Panther's budget was 200 million. This movie was made for 3. And this movie is what, 10 years older? No, 8 years older. And just better in every way, shape,
the company
and form.
who did the CGI even said we were rushed. They wouldn't.
That doesn't matter.
No, they're like they wouldn't give us any more time to finish it.
So do it right the first time, assholes. Obviously, they gave them a shitty product and went. Yeah. And then Disney was like, "Oh well, timeline."
I just. That would have been so cool to have like a grounded fight between the two of them. Nope. They had to have them like falling through.
Yeah, and fighting on a train, and it was gay. But you know what wasn't? Troll Hunter.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character besides the Troll Hunter?
Fucking guy who brought the bear, the Polish guy.
Yeah, Finn. Oh, the 2 Polish dudes. Yeah. Why make problem when no problem have? Such good. Oh, we must take break. Why? My back.
No, keep going.
Oh, they were just me and you. There was a short one and there was a short fat one and a tall skinny one. So that, I'd be the talker. You'd be the guy who sat there silently and you make money. This Zuber from Croatia.
Poor Zoo.
Just as good.
They know no difference.
No difference. And then all the poachers are like, this bear doesn't belong. Or no, all the hunters call him out. And then fucking what's his name? Thomas points out that the bear was walking cross-legged and looks up at Finn and goes, "Why is that?" And Finn's like, "Fucking motherfucker."
Yeah, Finn's the guy in charge of everything.
Finn runs the TSS.
So during the whole movie, he's going up to Hans being like, they can't be filming.
Yeah, and Hans is like, "Fucking stop me then." And because Finn's a pencil pusher and Hans is a fucking former commando, current troll hunter, Finn backs the fuck down. Except for one time when he gets handsy and Hans just kind of grabs him and puts him on the ground.
That was him desperately trying to get the footage. He's like, all right, this is
because he broke into Hans' house, his trailer, to see what was up, and Hans was like, "You don't break in."
That was the last time that Hans and Finn
interacted.
Finn was going through his camper and everything, trying to find the footage, and didn't find it. And Finn tried to grab it from the girl, and
Johanna, super cute.
Yeah.
I think so. She does it for me.
So Hans threw him to the ground. They ran off, and then they went off to the last trolls.
Last troll, the Jotun. But so the way you hunt trolls is you also have to cover yourself in troll stink, which sucks because I guess it's the most foul smelling thing in the world.
Just rubbing feces on you,
basically.
And they love chewing on tires. That ending was cool though.
Great ending, right?
Yeah, that was epic. Where he was fucking like just playing Christian music.
Yeah, playing gospel hymns,
trying to have the troll focus on him, so he runs away.
Yeah, and then he fucking has the light cannon on the top of his car.
Then the batteries run out.
Then he goes to finish the Jotun 1-on-1, and I don't really want to say how it ends because the ending's fucking rad. There's not much like I want to talk about this. I don't really want
I kind of want to talk about what he used though.
No, come on.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I know, but let's let them see it.
I want that though. Why didn't you use that during the whole movie?
Because that's obviously like a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
Because he said he was like, I gotta go give it the death blow now. You know, don't follow me.
I want to play this as a game so bad.
I want to watch this as like a TV, like a 7-part miniseries about his life and how he became a troll hunter. And the last episode is him massacring the troll village.
Imagine like Hideo Kojima writing it, but somebody else making the game.
No, Kojima would write it, and we'd spend maybe 2 or 3 hours of cutscenes of characters explaining Cold War politics and how it relates to trolls.
That is a good, not what you were saying.
Yeah, I know. That would be horrible.
The found footage concept is perfect for exposition.
Yeah. There's a lot of exposition. I like how the movie starts with like, hey, we found this footage and we can't verify that it's fake, so it's real.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like, if you know these people, go to the police and say, like, no one will tell us anything, but if enough people start asking questions. And then it cuts to the Prime Minister of Norway, who is just giving a speech about power lines. He's like, nobody likes power lines. Even I think they're ugly. Norway has trolls, but we're gonna do something for the environment. And you see Finn like, what the fuck?
Imagine if that was real, like not part of the movie.
Remember when Biden was talking about winning the election? And he goes, and we rigged the election.
Well, what was your favorite part of this movie?
I mean, the bridge scene, yeah. But also, my new favorite part is running onto this seismologist guy and him just being like, oh,
like somebody's on the road.
Yep, and he just like gets in the car and he doesn't question anything. He's just like, go! Like,
if I saw a fucking troll running,
like full speed, a troll the size of like a fucking skyscraper running at you full speed.
I do like how he wasn't the annoying character. Like, what is that? What's going on?
No, he recognized the danger and went, get me out of here as quick as possible. Yeah. Like, I like that.
Oh, I do love the ending though.
The ending's so good. What about when they first confront him on the boat?
Yeah, because he's just like, get the fuck away from me.
He's
like, want any of this.
Go the fuck away. And then you're filming me, and he walks over and slaps the kid. Like and then he warms up to him. And then he almost becomes like a father.
Well, he's a fucking nice guy. He doesn't want them getting involved. So.
Hey, Chad, how many stars would you give this movie?
I think I'd give it 5 stars and a shooting star.
Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 perfect movie. Would watch again. 100%. I love this movie. This is one of the movies back in the day, like, because you know how like you have your 6-shooter of movie recommendations? Like, Troll Hunter.